Well, hey, anybody, everybody. I thought that I would just turn my camera on while I'm playing around here today, getting messy. What I'm doing here is I'm creating pages for my Halloween journal. And so I'm going dark and grungy. So I've got one done and two done. This was just my roll off. And three done. This is some paper from my stash, and then just more painting. So I'm doing a lot of painting and collage, and I'm just doing basically the base. And what I'm using here, hey Teresa, thank you, is I bought at a thrift store these giant playing cards. They're about 8 1/4 by 5 1/4 or something like that. Anyway, I've been wanting to use them, so I thought that I would use them for my Halloween journal, and then probably I'll do like a 3-hole system with rings. So this one, I'm just kind of still waiting for it to dry, then I can do the back side. But this is a printable. Let me grab I'm grabbing all my Halloween printables here. And spilling them everywhere too. There's a bunch of them anyway. Come here, you. These are by, most of these are by Art House Whimsy. This other one that I did, I've got a bunch of them here. I just don't, I don't have any place to put them. You can see my desk is a hot mess. Um, where is it? This one, I think. This is a printable, and it is, so I printed two 5x7s, and then I just painted around it. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. And I don't care if I make a mess of that because it's going to get covered anyway. But let me find a decent home for these printables so that they're not everywhere. There we go. So yeah, kind of fun. And I thought, yeah, why not use these little playing cards? I'm just going to set this one aside and start a new one. And I think I'll start on the back side. These are the back side of them. Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm making a mess. And I'm letting paint dry on my brush, and I'm not mad about that. I think this one I'm going to go with, let me find something here. They don't all necessarily have to be Halloween images. I've got, like this one I think is just stinking cool. So I have to come up with a background for her. And then there's some books, some stacked up books. Let me stack them the right way. Let's see what else. I've got a bunch that I didn't want to cut out of the background. This one kind of looks Halloweenish, huh? And maybe this one. I'll probably be able to closer match that. So let's just move these aside. And oh gosh, I love Art House Whimsy. I ran myself out of paper. So I'm going to start with black around all the edges and then build my way in. And I don't like to glue this down until I have a base. And the other one I tore. I don't really want to tear this one. I might end up, I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to find out. So I'm going to come in with my heavy gesso and do a base coat. Yeah, I love wicked stuff, my friend. It's kind of my jam. So I could not find this paintbrush forever, so I just now made Mike drag me to the dollar store to get more paintbrushes, and then I found it, of course, right in front of my face. But for this heavy gesso, I'm going to come in with one of these sponge brushes. See if I have better luck with these. So I first started out by sanding these, and then I quickly discovered that I don't feel like sanding all of them. This heavy gesso dries pretty quick, believe it or not. This is who's it from? Art Basics, Prima Marketing. And I've had it for years and it hasn't dried out and it's nice and thick. So we can get a good coating on here. What I should have done was grab some water to clean this brush when I'm done, because it's going to be ruined if I let that gesso dry on it. Now I'm going to go ahead and give this as much texture as I want. One thing cool about acrylic is that you can paint over with lighter colors. It won't, it won't be a true color, but I don't care. We'll just tap this gesso on. It smells funny though. It smells like microwave popcorn. And I show you, I bought something interesting. I bought one of these so I could have this black netting. So let's cut this apart. Let's see, scissors, where could you be? So typically I don't do much on Sundays, but I've been sitting here doing this and I thought, well, you know what? Just turn your camera on. If people are there, they're there. If they're not, they're not. Okay, so I cut this apart. I just wanted the black tool. I don't want the gold either, so I'm going to end up, oh look, it's not attached, yay! All right, so I can save that for something else. Okay, I pulled all the gold out, and now I just have the black. Let's just slice a piece of that off here. Think about, oh, that thing's long. I got a lot for $1.25. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's stretch this out some. This would probably be better if it was all gummed up with soap, but it's not, so there's that. And that's not going to necessarily stick to that gesso. Where'd I put the picture? I think that'll look cool like that. Well, Teresa, how did you go from #1 to #2 when you seem to be the only one here chatting? That just doesn't seem fair. Okay. This glue bottle's almost empty, so I'm about to stretch you again. Get down, get down, get down. I'm gonna see how messy I'm getting though. That's why I titled my video "Get Messy with Me." Okay, let's put the lid on the gesso. Find something to wipe my fingers off on. Hi, Jonna. Thanks. Thank you. So this, it has a white edge, so I'm going to deal with the white edge just by going around it with my black. This is super thin paper. And I have the Simon Hurley Stellar ink on my little be-doo. Trying not to get paint all over her. Okay, fine, be like that. Let's get more glue. More glue. Come on. Yeah, this is going to be a fun journal with all these fabulous printables. I'm just going to have to hold on to this. Let's put something heavy on it. You can see I've got a sponge here that I've been dipping into paint. I think while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to grab some more paint here. Oops, no, do not drop on the floor. And let me grab, where is it? Oh, good grief. How do I lose things? I'm looking for my brown shed. There it is. This is Paper Artsy Brown Shed. So try and dump where you can see. I'm going to dump a little paint right down here with this brown shed. And I'm going to grab, and these are the cheapest cotton balls in the world, and I love them because they come apart and they leave texture behind, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to dip this in the brown shed, and you can see that it's already trying to rip apart my cotton, which I love. I'm not mad at all. It can stick to the whole project, and I will be happy. Only problem is I've got it too wet with the black. It's going to take a little while to dry. That's okay. We'll dry it a little by little. All right, brown shed. Where were we? Right here. I think I'll come in with my sponge because my cotton ball, my gesso's still too wet. Okay. Let's see what's going to be a good side to use. We'll use this side here. So I'm just basically trying to match it up with the colors on here. Okay, and then it looks like we have some green. I'm gonna go with some old paper and some maybe peacock feathers. See if I can find my peacock feathers. That's evergreen bough. That's broken china. Maybe this is it. That's lucky clover. Huh. I don't have any peacock feathers. How can that be? Oh, there it is. Down in the front. Okay, so let's grab old paper here. If you guys bought these paints, by all means, take a minute to use them. For nothing else, for this kind of fun. I'm just going to go in with the same side of the sponge. I'm just going to find some little areas and sponge it on. And then I'll come in with the peacock feathers. Yeah, neat. You know what, I'm willing to try anything because it's fun. It's fun, that's all. Okay. Probably should have shook that up a little better. I don't know about the peacock feathers. Needs to be darker. Okay. It needs to be, that color right there is as close as I can find. Let's see if I have some in my. It's like this color, phthalo green. Let's get a little bit that paint mushrooms. Oops, poured way too much. Okay, we'll have to do something else with that too, or not. Okay. That out. Yeah, that's closer. It's still not quite what I'm looking for, but it'll do. It'll do. It'll give me that added kind of color. Let's get some on this stuff. And this is wanting to curl up because it's really, really thin paper. As long as it's stuck down in one spot, I can deal with the rest later, or I can let it be warpy. But that's going to help me kind of get my colors going here. We need definitely more of the brown shed. You know what? Let's do a magnet on there instead. And I don't even care if it's crooked. Okay, brown shed. Hey, Chow. Yeah, I'm all about the texture on stuff. I love texture. So this brown shed is kind of a rust color. Where did my sponge go? Grab some more. You get the basic idea of how this is going to look. Oops. That could be a problem. What I'll probably do is once the paint is dry here, I will stitch this down with my sewing machine. So I'm going to just leave it be until it dries. But I'm pretty happy with that. I don't mind it sticking up either, but I can't have it sticking up, and I don't mind that little piece hanging off there either. Okay, I'm going to set that somewhere to dry, and we'll grab another card. And because this is dark, dank, and Halloweeny, I'm definitely sticking with dark colors. Hey, Di! So, but I think I want to do, let me find, I rather like this little bug. And I feel like I can replicate the outer portions of this. So I'm not going to start with black. I'm going to start with, let's start with unbleached titanium. Okay. Brush. And if I get other colors on there, I'm not going to sweat it. Come back here, you. But I think I will change this out since it's torn to shreds. I keep touching this black gesso brush. Let me just move it so I don't touch it anymore. And again, if I get some on here, I'm not going to cry. because we're getting messy. Yes, indeed. And this won't cover in one coat. There's no way. And I don't know that I necessarily needed to color. Now I noticed that in this, there's a little bit of a pink hue. So, I have to think on that a minute. Yes, I have. And I don't care. All right, I'm going to run the heat tool here and dry this layer. I could pick up after myself, but that'd be too much like right. Now you know why my heat tool is a mess. Just look at my hands. All right, so I'm going to come in now with the parchment. Well, the parchment is a little bit darker. I think I'm going to do a second layer of this unbleached titanium, but I'm going to need to add a little bit of pink. I'm going to go with sponge sugar. Kish Flamingo. Do I not have sponge sugar? I'm sure I do. Uh, Victorian Velvet. Yeah. You know what? I think I'll use my brayer. So I get that brayered texture. There we go. Now we're getting kind of closer to the what I'm looking for here. Hey, Dawn. Yeah, great canvas. Oh, look what I'm doing. I'm making a hot mess with that Phthalo green here. Let me just wipe that off before I get it all over everything. I wanted to leave it because I don't want to waste it. What I probably should have is like a palette thing, but I don't, so there's that. Let's brayer off here. What's sticking? Oops, I got some black there. Oops, there's some purple. Yeah, see, black heat tools. That's hey Dawn. Oh, I already said hi. I don't know what's wrong with me. I thought my other friend Dawn came in. This stuff dries pretty quick when you put direct heat on it, and sometimes it bubbles, and I like that. You can bubble all you want. Okay, so let me get, I'm going to brayer glue on the back of this, so let me get a clean surface. I know this doesn't really seem clean, and it probably isn't, but it's as clean as I'm gonna get. And let's brayer some glue on there. Well, certainly if my, and I have a black heat tool too, one of those Wagner gun things, but I don't, it's not comfortable for me. Okay, where'd my brayer go? Here it is. This way my glue's not on here too thick. I think I'm going to do him right down here. I didn't do a very good job cutting that. That's okay, because I'm about to frame him in. La la la. Get this out of the way. Throw it on the floor. You should see my floor if you think my desk is messy. All right, let's come in with the. Let me see if I can just dry brush around this. It's a little too light though. Okay, think about it, think about it, think about it. Think about it. Don't want pumice stone. Want the Victorian velvet. Just a touch. What did I do with the bleached titanium? I'm knocking things over, friends. Do I have a clean surface on my sponge? Right here, sort of. Interesting. I've gotten a little bit of green on it and I'm not mad. Oops, now I got too much green on it. Now I'm mad. Not really. Not really. Let's just kind of blend that in, make it look like it was on purpose. Hi, Christina. Okay, I need a clean sponge, but that's the only sponge I own. So, going back to the cotton balls. Oops, that's parchment. That's too dark. Not parchment. There we go. Grab a cotton ball. Let all that cotton hang out. Got to mix in pink. Come on. Tear off. I'm waiting for these pieces to come off onto my project. It's exactly what I'd love to see. Okay. It's going to come off on my fingers, though. Okay. Another coat. Add a teeny bit of pink. Just one drop. One drop. Come on, just one drop. Trying to come out in a big blob. If you don't use these, it's another use it or lose it, friends. That's more like it. Now I think I'll do some stenciling on here. Let's see if I can deal with this purple up here. Not really. I don't mind a little bit of green down here. I don't. My fingers are growing hair. Oh, yay! It's about time, Christina. Let me grab a stencil. I want something similar to that. Maybe that, maybe not. I would have my stencils where you could see them, but there's no place to put them there. This is probably more like it. So in order to stencil, what I need is I need to get this shade of blue. And I know that this is most likely um, like weathered wood, but I can't find my weathered wood. It's crazy. Is this it? Nope, that's tumbled glass. All I can think of is that there isn't a weathered wood, and because I have every single color of distress paint that was made, um, let's see if I can make some. I don't think I can. But I think broken china, maybe. This may be no bueno. Could be completely dried up. Yep, it is. This is what happens when you don't use them. Okay, guys, allow me to think here for a minute. Salvage patina is too green. Let's see, what's this? Salty ocean is too bright. Maybe some uncharted mariner. Let's do this. Let me find something to mix on. If I go just a little bit of uncharted mariner, here's my something to mix on, and then go a little bit of no, pumice stone is too warm. Where did I put Lost Shadow? I had it out. Oh, I should have went with Stormy Sky. What am I thinking? Derpa derpa. Let me just wipe that off. You guys, I watched the weirdest documentary last night. It was about these teenagers in this small town who started getting these like bullying text messages. Stormy Sky's almost perfect. I just need a touch of gray. And the touch of gray that I want is going to be not Hickory Smoke. It's going to be Lost Shadow as soon as I find it. Here it is. Maybe 2 drops. Okay. I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to ink. I'm going to be stenciling over this, so no worries, friends. Dry brush that on. I want that line there. Okay. That works. This has a little hint of purple to it, but I'm not messing with it. I'm just not. Let's do a little dry brushing right here too. Just kind of pull it all together. Okay, now stencil. Let me dry that first before I lay my stencil down on there. this up. I meant to get stencil pouncers, but I forgot. So I'm going to have to pounce with probably one of these cotton balls, and that's probably going to be really, really messy. But I don't care. Oh, my story. Oh, yeah. So anyway, these teenagers in a small town, and I want to say it was Michigan, some itty bitty town, and it is a true story. And they were being cyber stalked and cyber bullied, but they couldn't. The school had like it went from first kindergarten to 12th grade. That's how tiny the school was. They couldn't find a student that was doing it, and it was this girl. It started out with this girl, and she had a boyfriend and stuff like that, and this bully just started saying how ugly she was and how the boyfriend hated her and was going to break up with her and stuff like that. Well, anyway, the point is the story, the person that is the cyberstalker is her own mother. She had some form of insane Munchausen's by proxy disease. I was just blown away. Okay. That's my story. Anyway, that was at like I woke up at 1:30 this morning and I couldn't get back to sleep. And so what I'll typically do is turn on my TV and hope to find something that I'll fall asleep to, but it wasn't happening last night. I watched the whole doggone thing. Oh yeah, I like it. Out of my way. Get out of my way so I can pull this up here where you can see it. Let's get some of this stenciling going on up here. Or down here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Ow, 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 ow. Oops, ends right there. I hate it when the stencil ends, but it's fine. Totally psycho. Hey, Mary Ellis. That worked out well. It kind of, pulls in with that little bug. And I've got some little ends that here that aren't sticking down like I wish they would, but I'm going to be okay with that. So there's that page. On this side, I still have to do the whole other side. I'm going to set it somewhere to dry. And let's come back to this page here. So I feel like it's dry. So I need to do the flip side. So I have to decide what I want to do on that. And I probably don't want to make a huge black mess because I don't want to mess up my front. Okay. Let's do, let's do. I wish I had a dark, dark, dark blue, but I do not. I have black and I have blue. Let's start with the black. No, I didn't want to do black. Okay, I have a better idea. I have a better idea. One moment. I've got these Tracy Fox printables that I printed out. I didn't print out a bunch of the backgrounds because I typically like to do my own backgrounds, but I like this for Halloween. It's not quite long enough, but that's okay. Let's see. And I already made one of the little pockets. This was from her, some sort of a challenge. I can't recall what. But I love this right here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to lay this across here. Draw a line. Oops. Try and hold it still, T. With my pencil. Ow. I'm having a stitch in my side. Those are no fun. Okay. Hey, Vicky. I'm going to cut this directly off. Okay. My brayer glue down there. Ow. I'm not going to have fun cleaning this mess up. May have to get out my new bottle. Yeah, there's plenty here. Well, and it costs a lot of ink to print out a whole background. So I just as soon make my own backgrounds. But in this case, I'm making an exception. Put you here. Oh, that's a good idea, Dawn. These don't take long to dry. This paint doesn't take long to dry at all. That's why I use it for, let's get a clean brayer. That's why I use it for jelly prints. I think what I'll do here, across the top there. Don't stick. I just need to do a little trimming. Lurking into the stalled psychodrama. You mean about the lady who stalked her own daughter? And like she said a lot of really horrible things like, you should go kill yourself before we kill you, and you're ugly and you're worthless, and just awful, awful things. Anyway, it's on Netflix if you're more curious. Oh, you know what? And I'm supposed to unbox this on camera, so they think that's what I'll do. I got this from this company, and look at, oh boy, fun paper. And this is from IEB. They emailed me and asked me if I would test out their product and let me choose something. So these are journal cards, I think. I don't know. They're really, really, really thin. Oh, I love that one. You guys know how I feel about trees. Oh, these are Halloween. Yay! So lots of Halloween, but lots with a lot of green background. I might, at some points in parts of the black, take my pencils to them. That has words that, oh, I like that moon. I don't know which way it's supposed to go, though. Little black rose. Am I back to the beginning? Oh, little potion bottle. I got a bunch of those. Okay. Little haunted house in the distance. These remind me of Kevin. I can't say his last name. Um, you know, Kevin, I don't know. It's not Nagasaki, and I feel like if I say that, I'm being really rude. It's something close to that, though. He has Stampscapes. Stampscapes? Is that it, Chow? Chow knows. I don't know. Anyway, what we have here is we have some washi tape. Stars in the Sky is the one I picked. And there's a whole booklet, an inspiration book, which I think is neat, but I'm not going to look at that right now. I'm going to look at these and see if there is something fitting. And I see that there is. It's not quite wide enough, but this one with the little, oh, let's see. Is this a whole big piece? Let's take this out and see. Yeah, mommy dearest, no doubt. Oh, and she cried so much when she wasn't going to be able to see her daughter. I'm like, what in the hell? Woman, you do not deserve to go near that kid. Now, let's see how well this covers. Let's see if T can find the end of it. No, no, terrible aim, terrible aim. Terrible aim again. Good Lord. How about I put it down here where I can stink and see it? Okay, there we go. Hi, Maddie. So it's fairly translucent. Let's trim off those edges. I don't want those. I don't know how many pages this journal will have in it, but so there's another page. Basically, all I need to do is edge it. Let's see if in the world I can find my tool. You guys, there it is. And let's grab the Stellar. So I'm working on my Halloween journal, and these are actually gigantic playing cards that I'm covering. Gigantic playing cards, and they're hard. You know, they're probably 150 pound. They're almost like cereal box. Ah, okay. Back to what I was doing here, which I was going to go ahead and edge all the way around this with the Stellar. I don't want to do it too much on the washi because washi kind of has a plastic coating on it, and I don't want to get it all over the place because I don't want it all over my hands. Oops, I got my knuckle in it. Darker up here. I'm not going to keep you guys too long because I just thought I'd turn my camera on, but soon the chicken will be ready. There's a whole nother page done. So again, this is a printable that I blended in using other paints. You can still see like the heart back here of the playing card. And on this one, I was okay with that because it's got red in it. And you can kind of see the number 8. And then there's the back side. So, and I'm trying not to put these too close together. I will put them together to flatten them down. And then the journal will be thick pages, and I'll put, you know, pockets and, you know, knickknacks and all the things that you put inside of a journal. Flip outs and flip ins and floppity flops. Let's see here. Now, let's see how this piece is doing. See if that'll start to stick down. It's still very, very cold. Okay. Yeah, I see myself stitching that down. And then I still have to do the whole other side. Yeah, totally Halloween. Totally Halloween. The other thing I could do to make this interesting is put some metallic paper back behind this, glue it to this side like some foil and let it turn up like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna find something a little bit heavier to. Oh no, I gotta stop touching it is what I gotta do. All right, let's do one more. No, maybe I want to keep this guy. Not the Jack of Hearts, no. Let's see what. He's not scary. I don't think I have the full deck here. I think that's why I got it for the price that I got. In fact, unless I may have already used all the spades. What? Yeah, I must have used them all. Let's go the Jack of I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Wonder oh, there is no one. Dang it, Bobby. Because I could do like 31. I could probably just paint a 1 on there. Uh, I don't know, but I've been told. I highly doubt that I can replicate anything close to that. I'm gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, I'll just paint the damn thing black. Where is my Cricut pen? No, not the Cricut pen. Let's go with the, first of all, let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay, so what I should do, grab a little bit of mint tape, because it's my biggest problem is getting these lined up. Mm. Let's go. If I want a straight line, I should probably totally make it so that I can't screw it up. That's starting to look more like a 7. Okay, it might be October 37th. Nope, I can't draw with the beans. It kind of works. Oh, the glue on the brayer? Okay. I can fix that die. Let's see if it'll come off. Nope. I'm gonna have to pick it off. And that's always fun, especially when it peels off in one nice chunk. But it's got to dry a little bit more for that fun. Ah. Christina, yeah, total King of the Hill fans. Okay, so I don't want that on both ends. Okay, so what to do with the rest of it? Na 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 na. Let's go with the brown shed to start. Watch this. I will just use the brayer anyway, die. So you can tell that I don't love on my stuff as much as I probably should. Gave me a nice texture. Come here, pieces of tape. Okay. And then, so I have my Infusions Rusty card. So I'm going to come in with some of that towards the top. And then let's add a little bit of walnut crystals too. See, I've got every medium I own out on my desk. These will stain. They stain my fingers. I don't care. It leaves a super cool texture too. Okay, water. Yep, from King of the Hill. That's what, well, my kids used to say it all the time. They would say it to me and it would always make me laugh. And so I started saying it because it still makes me laugh. It reminds me of my kids who are all adults now, and who knows if they still say it or not. I've melted one of these before with my heat tool. I guess you guys couldn't tell that Halloween's my favorite season. The more macabre, the better. Yeah, Christine, that cracks me up. I did not know that about you. Okay, I need a paper towel. Dab some of that up. I don't need it to be soaking our sweat. Well, I think King of the Hill actually was a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead too. Who he didn't want them doing things in his tool shed. Made a hot mess over here. All right, let's get some color in here, starting with some black. And I think I want to dry brush the black. I'm gonna have to get out another brush. I don't want to use this brush on black because I don't feel like it. Okay, where is the bag with the brushes? Where did I put them? Here we go. Okay. I understand, Di. uh, just This is a softer brush. I prefer a firmer bristle brush for dry brushing, but this is what I have, so this is what we're using. One thing good about dry brushing, it dries really quick. But what I'm hoping is I'll won't get this quite as clean as I need it to be, and then the bristles will get hard, and that's what I want, as long as they're not sticking together. My scrapbook loft and Barney Fife will go away. I love it. Okay, so I know this looks like a hot mess right now. Look at my hands. If you want to talk hot messes, let us grab something. I need a darker red here. And so let me get, oh, reach, not berries. Let's get, fired brick isn't really darker. I am looking for crackling campfire. There it is. Too many words to type, Barney. Let's get a little this, and then let's go in. Let's see. Let's go this side of my sponge. Let's sponge in. Oh, this isn't a darker red, it's a lighter red, but that's okay. The idea here is to stimulate rest. Man, I'm hungry. Yeah, that's what you guys exactly needed to know, right? Let me mix a little bit of this deep red, which to me is more of a blue red. So I want it to be a little bit orangier, so I'm going to mix it together here with this crackling campfire. Just one drop. I forgot which side I was using. Which side feels the wettest? Okay, right here. It's going to need a touch of black. How am I going to get a touch in there? Just like that. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, it's a little too purpley. Let's see what it looks like when I get it down. I need like a blood red. Why don't I have blood red? Let me think. Do I have something that's blood red? Do I have a re-inker? Oh, gosh, I have Catherine Puller's Rockin' Red. Um, Probably should have mixed a little gold in there. It's too pink. Well, Judy, that is just really sweet of you. Let's see if I can get some terracotta. Let's go. Let's grab this terracotta. This is the Paper Artsy. See if I can fix that. Kind of works. Kind of. It doesn't look like blood though, not in the least. But it's taking the pink out of there. Kind of. I don't know where it is the problem. Oh, are you, Di? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Maybe just in time. I'm not sure the rockin' red is blood red enough. But you know what? I bet Simon Hurley's bee sting is. And I do know where that is. I think I know where it is. There's over the moon. Oh, what's this? Alright, I found the rocket red. That's gonna have to do. Because the bee sting is in the other, in a whole nother area in the house. Let's just, and this is watercolor, so, you know, it's gonna be a little bit of a different animal than what we're using. Oh, but that's giving me the color I want. It's just a matter of will it dry. That's exactly. That's exactly. And how will it dry? Will it dry back? Bee sting is red, yeah. That's fine. That's okay. It took down the pinkish tone, and that's all I wanted. Okay. Dab up any excess. Now I'm going to come in with some of my blues now. Oh, I accidentally got a little bit of green on there, and I rather like it. Can you see it right there? It's sort of a little dendrite looking thing. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Gonna go in with my aqua. Boy, I have to clean up this mess, you guys. I'm sad. I don't want to. That's why I tried to get all my design team projects out of the way so I could dedicate myself to this. Okay. Cotton ball. Okay, Vicky. Well, thanks for stopping by. More paint. More paint. The only thing about the cotton ball is it soaks up so much of the paint. Trying to get it to come apart. It's a troll doll. Okay. Very dark around all the edges. I gotta get this off my finger. Take it off. Okay. Now, too, when you're looking at this and you're going, oh my God, T, that's a hot mess. Well, just remember that it's just a background and it's going to house other things. So if it was just kind of a big old sentiment on it, then I might, have to consider making it a prettier. Okay, my beautiful hands. So, for instance, let me grab. What if I were to add something like this on there? Or this clock. So then that changes everything. So that's all I have, you guys, because I'm out of room. Gotta clean up before I can move on. And then Friday, when I'm live with Dawn, I might have most of these pages done and ready to start making pockets and other things. Yes, Jonna, trust the process because you just, it's just what you do. See, that red still came out kind of purple, but I actually like it. So that's fine because the Catherine Puller dried back, or I don't know what happened. But anyway, thanks for coming to hang out with me. I didn't expect to go on this long for sure. Um, so what we've done this guy or this girl, and this one I used just a lot of colors, a lot of colors. And see, the cotton balls were coming apart on me, and that was making me super happy. And then that was the back side. And then this one, another printable that I just filled in. And I think they work better if you tear them apart instead of just leaving a straight edge because you can kind of see that edge, but that's okay. And then the back side of that is just a roll off. And, I'll obviously do more to that, but then this one, like we'll house one of the pictures that sports more blue. And this is just some paper from my stash that I hate. Let's see. What else? I got this one who God knows what I was thinking when I did this one. And then it's got a textured side. But trust me, I might put some of Bitty Penny's roses on this one. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming to hang out. I hope that you have a good rest of your holiday weekend. We're grilling both days, so why did I make the number 31? Only because I covered it up? I don't know, because I just changed my mind. I just let things flow the way they're gonna flow, and that's how it flew. You guys take care. Bye. Oh, look at my pretty hands. I like that. Ooh, if I could only. All right, take care. Bye.